Are you interested at all in this Caitlin Clark stuff? Have you been following it?
A little bit. I actually watched a WNBA game in the background.
Oh my
When was that?
god.
A couple weeks ago, like a week or two
It was
ago.
just on somewhere where you were.
Yeah, it was on. It was before the meetup, and I was like, oh, I need something on the TV in the background, and the WNBA game was on, so I was like, okay, and then I was already tuning out once I keep hearing the, oh, Pride this, and
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, look
Yeah.
at that. I was like,
I don't
wow,
know
they're
what the
really leaning heavy in that.
Yeah, I don't know what the percentages are. I
Mhm.
really don't. But I think it's very like it's more than 50% LGBT that
That
are
wouldn't surprise me because when I was watching it, I was just trying to think in my head, and I'm seeing the analyst and all that stuff, and I'm thinking, um, or like
a lot of short
the
haircuts.
women there, and I'm like, what is it that's making them a fan of this? You know what I mean? And
Yeah, a fan of the most boring
yeah,
crap
it's like,
ever.
what is
Yes.
it that actually is making? Are they hiring, like actors, people who want to just be, just on camera, or but these women seem to actually know, but it was very much the, oh, these definitely give the appearance of lesbian,
Yeah. Yeah,
the,
yeah.
yeah, butch lesbian energy.
What which is I don't know why they don't watch girls volleyball because
I know,
that's a
they
sport
just
everyone
want to
can
watch
enjoy.
that.
Yeah. The weird thing is, Asa Fragus, thank you for joining as a member. Very
Oh,
cool, bud.
yay!
The interesting thing is that okay, so the WNBA sucks. It has
Yeah.
lost money every year that it's been in existence, up until maybe this year or last year. To put that in perspective, they draft this like kind of milk toast white chick.
Hmm.
Um, and nobody watches the WNBA on
Right.
TV. Nobody even goes to WNBA games. To give you an idea, this chick, Caitlin Clark, straight white female, is I don't know. She's probably not the best player in the WNBA, at least right now. She could be one day, but she is the most popular, and it's not even close.
Right.
So the team that is in Chicago, which is I think the Sky, I don't know. Again, it's WNBA. The Chicago team.
Yeah.
Normally, they play in an arena that holds less than 5,000 people.
Hmm.
Just to give people perspective, a normal basketball game is like 40,000 plus people. When Caitlin Clark went there, they played in a whole different gym in a stadium with and they sold
Uh,
27,000 tickets.
oh, wow.
That's
That's
all of
huge
those
for them.
people. All of those people were there to see Caitlin Clark.
Right.
None of these other angry lesbians. If
Mhm.
you look at the TV ratings, 6 networks have all set all-time high records for most watched WNBA game. Every single one of them featured Caitlin Clark. Okay. So
Oh.
to put it in perspective, like this isn't just some decent player. This is like LeBron
Right.
coming into the league and like completely like even it's bigger than LeBron. Like
Mhm.
most of these people, most of these games might have had 50,000 to 100,000 viewers. That's the
Right.
numbers that they would get at most.
Right.
So then like all these idiots, all these generally woke, generally African American commentators keep talking about just wild non-basketball plays
Mhm.
that happen to Caitlin Clark from jealous, worse basketball players. I
Right.
mean, this is not a basketball play.
Clark, hammer, three Sky playing to his
Wow.
pass. The foul, I
Here,
believe, to Angel
look at
Reese.
oh yeah, she's
Across the
definitely going
head,
for the
they
ball.
will go
Yeah.
to
So I mean, like you could argue that maybe she missed it, but
Right.
there's all sorts of fouls like that where
Right.
there's one where this other broad from the same team literally runs her over and calls her a bitch and away from the ball.
Oh,
She didn't even have the ball. So like
wow.
there's all um Caitlin Clark.
Even when I was watching that WNBA game, like, recently, I guess they have some sort of Olympic type thing with different teams that they're putting together, like their super team to
Oh yeah,
represent.
they
And
left her
they
off that.
didn't
Yeah.
have Caitlin Clark on it, and they were doing. I felt like I didn't even know that much about Caitlin Clark, but I was like, why are they were making excuse after excuse? Oh yeah, she wasn't on there because of this. I know some people are upset
There's
about that, but
availability,
this and
blah
that.
blah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we wanted people who already had a lot of experience working together, and this and it was like, wow, they're really over explaining why Caitlin Clark isn't on
Yeah.
the team.
Yeah, and look, this is look at that too. Like, oh,
Oh,
and then she like if from the other angle, look at she
oh,
screamed. You'll
she's
see.
mad.
Yeah. Oh wait, where'd
That
that
one
go?
girl was mad.
That was the girl that like ran her over. Like
Right.
this is not a basketball play. This is a black chick, black female who hates Caitlin Clark for being white.
Right.
That's
right.
what this is. If you look at like she's just standing
Oh.
there.
That's clear and all, which was
Now watch this.
called. The
You
question is, will they
bitch.
call
And
Oh.
boom.
it unnecessary. Kennedy Carter.
And then on the other side of the play, her teammates high-fived her for that. So like again, and then you have all of these commentators who are coming out and be like, what are you talking about? It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. They're not being aggressive with her. No, it 100% is a race thing.
Right.
But it's also a jealousy thing. Like,
and they're really not doing a very good job at dodging the lesbian women are aggressive
Yeah,
stereotype.
yeah, definitely not.
Well,
This one foul you could argue, okay, she missed, but
right.
what happens is you lose the benefit of the doubt when there's a dozen other fouls like this, where you definitely did. Like if you see here, you like Dave
Angel Reese
Portnoy
winds up like this, misses the ball by a good 3 feet.
Hits the ball. You're so lame.
Yeah, everyone's like getting real angry about it. Like
Oh,
it only in. And by the way, this is the only thing anyone's talking about. Nobody's talking about the scores. Nobody can
Right.
tell you what the record is of anybody.
yeah.
But people care about Caitlin Clark. She no foul called after Caitlin Clark crushed my anvil. Like, I'm not saying she has to have a special whistle or she has to,
Right.
get calls that anyone else doesn't get. But if I'm the league, I'm putting everybody else in the league on unofficial notice
Mhm.
that if you are doing this kind of shit, it's not going to be tolerated because
For sure.
no other single player in the league in history
Yep.
has sold as many tickets as Caitlin Clark has in 3 months.
Yep.
Nobody in the league in history has sold or has had any kind of TV numbers ever.
Mhm.
So part of it, I will say, is that people are probably tuning in to see what kind of nonsense is going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, lesbians have the highest rate of domestic violence. Yeah, I mean, like,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's true, but it is a thing that people say. These women are all jealous because she's going to come in and she's going to make $25 million, which is nothing compared to NBA money.
Mhm.
But it's about 100 times what anybody in the WNBA could ever even dream of making.
Right.
So they're all pissed that she's got a shoe deal. They're all pissed that, they get to play in the big stadium just because this white straight chick. And don't underestimate, how much straight hate she's getting.
Mhm.
Like
Caitlin Clark has supercharged the
Oh,
by
that's
trying to beat her ass on the basketball court. And I don't mean physically records. I think that the other WNBA stars are not hating on her. They are showing
shocking. Shocking.
Wow.
I'm just telling you, show me, other than Jason Whitlock, a single non-white, non-male commentator that is
Mm.
critical of the behavior she's getting.
Oh, look, even
Not
the
one.
WNBA logo on that you see on the screen there has the rainbow on
Of course it does. I'm going to listen to this guy with 1,000 pop figures.
it.
All right. Like, dude, get out of here with this. Like, all these people are so desperate to pretend that
Yeah.
it's not race, but it is. It's not. It's
Mhm.
more than just race. There are other white players in the league
Right.
that don't get like the same kind of crappy behavior. but they're
Well, I think
jealous.
too with her is she represents just an all-American woman. She's the default setting of okay, not a lesbian, not she doesn't seem
Yep.
to have a chip on her shoulder, angry at the world. And yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about her, but she just seems more like a
She's just a milquetoast
wholesome,
white chick.
yeah, just a wholesome, just American girl who chased her dream and is and yeah
And is very good is very good
mhm,
at her craft. Like that's
right.
just the reality of it. And ultimately I'm not buying, like, I think that it's like some people are just saying it's only race. It's not. It's more than that. It's the fact that she's making $25 million
Right.
and no one, that's probably more than the rest of the league combined, but she's worth it. People are
Oh
tuning in.
yeah,
People are buying
she's
her
bringing
tennis
the
shoes.
numbers.
Yeah, people are buying her jersey. All this crap. Everyone else in the league should be kissing her feet
Mhm.
and thankful that
Yeah,
she's
because
gonna.
that's helping them too. But they're so
Yeah.
they can't get past their jealousy.
Can't do it.